as we get close to another election, I want to talk to you about how your vote matters. If you fail to vote on the 5th of August, you are actually surrendering your responsibility to choose the direction of our country for decades. Your vote will decide the future of your family, your freedom, your life, and the direction of this nation. If you do not vote, you have no right to criticize or complain when decisions are made, and these decisions will impact the lives of all of your children and all those people you care about. Once you have carefully picked the political party, right, that is closest to your convictions and your principles, then please make sure you pick a candidate that is capable and is honorable to lead the coming generations. Many people say that, all 225 parliamentarians must go home. Why? Because they're upset about corruption or unfulfilled promises. But the reality is that parliamentarians didn't put themselves in parliament. You and I did. It is you who has the power to put the right ones in parliament. The truth is that all 25 are not bad. There are some very respectable and capable ones too. You see, some vote for ones who are dishonest, who are racist, who are criminals, and then magically expect them to be good, truthful, and full of integrity when they wear the national dress and go to parliament. This is like planting bitter Karavila seeds and expecting nice, tasty Karta Kolumban mangoes. You see, if you plant Karavila seeds, you will only get Karavila. If you want sweet mangoes, you have to plant good mango seeds. Before we put our children to a school, right, we will do some research to make sure that the school is good and the teachers and the staff are all right. But before we send someone to parliament, we just vote without any background checks and we don't even put an effort. Here are 3 questions I'd like you to ask when considering who to vote for in this election. The first one is, has the candidate got at least a basic education? Why? So that they can get involved in intellectual decisions that are going to be made and not just have emotional outbursts. Empty vessels make a big noise. Also, then they can see the need for a good education for our children. Leadership needs qualifications too. Don't forget that. The second thing is that, is the candidate a person of integrity? Is the person known as a big talker with no intention of fulfilling on any of their promises? Is the candidate respected as a person of good moral standing? Or is the person known as a person of loose morals? Should they be the role model who sets the standard and measure for our children? We need to look at that. Does the candidate have a current or recent criminal record? When we are so careful not to hire a driver or a domestic worker with a criminal record for the safekeeping of our family, how much more should we be conscious while trying to put someone in a place of power and influence like in parliament? I believe the people who make mistakes should definitely be given a second chance in life, and they need to move on. But only after rehabilitation and also a bit of time is given for change. Thirdly and finally, is the candidate a racist or a hate monger? I'm talking here about prejudice, discrimination, or hostility directed against someone of a different race, religion, or class based on the belief that you are more superior than them. People who try to divide and rule are the ones who bring in racism and division. A person who is racist is someone who is weak, has a character flaw, and is extremely selfish. Racism and hate mongering brings hurt, discouragement, depression. If a politician promotes racism and hate mongering, remember, he doesn't care about you. He only cares about himself, and is using this destructive method for temporary personal gain. He will help destroy everybody you love and care for. When you find somebody who is big enough to take criticism, who does not bring in cheap racism and hate mongering, who has a character strong enough to stand for what they believe in and what is good for others, then, my friend, you have found the right person. If you vote the right people into parliament today, you and your children will succeed tomorrow. Just think more. This is Dishan signing off. Think today for a better tomorrow. After all, today was yesterday's tomorrow.